Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Robert Lyon, your favorite business coach. And today I really want to talk about focus. So, with 2020 dead and 2021 upon us, I really would like to talk to you about focus and just committing to success. So, I recently read this book. I think it's just called Focus. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's supposedly the urban monk. And he would talk about creating a 100-day goal or I think it's called a gong. And gong just means work. And I don't know what shen means, but I think it's like God's work or your work. So your greatest work. And in that book, he really talked about honoring yourself. And it kind of fucked me up. So let's talk about that. So basically, when you make a commitment to yourself, it's very important to honor it, and with today's world, I for sure suffer from the shiny object syndrome or, wanting to do a million things because there's so many opportunities. But the truth is life is a lot like nature. Plant the seeds, or even before you plant the seeds, you have to work the ground, plant the seeds, nurture the plant. You have like a little baby plant at first that you really have to take care of. You have to build it up, has to grow into a full thing, and then you can eventually reap the harvest. And with everything in life, you're going to reap a harvest if you put enough work into it. So what happens for most of us, though, and what I've been thinking a lot about, is we don't put in all the hard work to see our fruits fully develop, have them completely become the beautiful things that we want. We go from, baby plant to baby plant, and they all die because we don't put enough focus on them. And the other quote that's been fucking with me is play stupid games, win stupid prizes, or play dumb games, win dumb prizes. So what I want to bring together in this episode is just a real sense of identity of what you should work on and focus on for 100 days. And I really want you to find your highest calling, your biggest desire that you really want to see happen in 2021, whether it's a financial thing, a family thing, a relationship thing. And then imagine what it would be like if you actually focused on that for 100 days. So the whole thing with the Qigong thing is you make a commitment to yourself, and then you work on that and you honor that commitment for 100 days. And it has to be like actionable and measurable outcomes that you get from this. So the 100-day Qigong is all about honoring yourself and sticking with one business, one plan, and seeing it all the way through. Now, the only way that I've ever actually gotten success, because I used to go from tons of different accounts, tons of different things. When I was running Paper Lead Agency, one week I'd be making a plumber's website. Next, I'd be making a roofing website, then a chiropractor. And I never necessarily got totally expert on any of them. I just got really good at eventually generating leads and hiring people to do it. But the thing that I screwed up, just focused on chiropractors. I could have been the world's best chiropractic marketer or the, roofing. So honoring your own commitment to yourself for 100 days can really change your life. And the way that I've been able to do things and battle my ADD is by specifically just focusing on one project at a time. Now, when I pick that one project, that project means a lot to me. But at the same time, I also try and get it done as fast as I possibly can. So if I want to have a live event and I want to write a book and I want to build a podcast, what I have to do is really just focus on one project for 100 days right now is what I'm asking, but it can be any amount for you. But 100 days is enough time for nature to have its full cycle, for you to start something brand new and reap the benefit at the end. And that is incredibly important and incredibly powerful for anyone who's really trying to have success. And the other thing I really want you to think about is, so like whatever the biggest goal is, your moonshot, if you could honestly focus on just that for 100 days, it would come to be. You'd be able to put in the hard work, get over the roadblocks because you'd be committed for 100. Also, just become a habit of working on your dream, your moonshot, to make it come true. And when that happens, your life can radically change overnight. But in order for you to get there, you have to get through the boring stuff. You have to get through the hard times, the suck, basically. You got to get through the mess in the middle. I think it was 50 Cent who said, I have to keep writing raps even when I'm tired of making money, even when I'm tired of making music. I have to do it and get through the hard times so that I can be the best that I possibly can be. And the other thing is, like, Jet Li, he says, I'm not afraid of the man who practices 10,000 kicks, but the man who practices one kick 10,000 times. So I want you to be the person who is going after their one moonshot 10,000 times, because you're going to get there. So basically, all we're doing is just trying to get focused on what we're going to do with 2021. Figure out one goal, one plan of action that you can focus on for 100 days. One goal that'll change your life, though. We're not talking about small stuff. We want to really see our lives in a better place in 100 days. And exactly how we're going to get there is going to be what we're going to be working on for our plan. And then once we have that, the Qigong, the work that we're going to do, we have to push aside all the resistance. Resistance is real. If you've never read The War on Art, it's a great book and you should definitely read it. But it just talks about how resistance is constantly stopping us from achieving our goals. It goes into details, like it lurks in the shadows. It's hiding under your bed. Resistance is always waiting to stop you. And you have to learn how to fight that resistance to go forward. And the beauty of committing to one thing is then you can say no to everything else. That's the hardest part about having ADD, being, in this country right now with things constantly grabbing our attention, is that if we can pick just one thing to focus on, and we're going to say, we're just going to focus on this for 100 days, it's 100 days out of my life, but this means something to me, and this is what I'm going to focus on. We can start to say no to all the other crap that doesn't matter. Now, I'm somebody who always thinks, there's always opportunity and there's always this, that, and the other thing, but there's also great power in just becoming specialized in one thing. Focusing on one thing, focusing on your Qigong for 100 days, your work, your God's work, your reason why you're here. And that's how you're going to find true success. And that's how you're going to make 2021 your bitch and just fucking take over and do exactly what it is that you want to do with your life. Because once you take full responsibility, once you say, okay, this is what I'm going to do for 100 days. And then what the real thing is, when they say, your Qigong is, if you don't do that habit that day, then you have to start the Qigong all over. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. And this is what they do for like Kung Fu and martial arts, is they say, we're going to train on this specific, type of martial arts, or this specific meditation, or the specific workout for 100 days. And then if you don't do it for one day, you have to start the 100 days over. So that's how hardcore you can go with this. And I'd like to challenge you to do that. And again, I think just focusing on one project at a time could completely change your life. It's how you'll get the best results. It's how you'll get the most out of your energy, because we only have a certain amount of energy every day that we can put into anything. So think about what's going to be your Qigong for the next 100 days, right? What's going to be your one project you're going to focus on? What's going to be the daily actions that if you don't commit to, and if you don't do, is going to start the Qigong all over? And this is how you can radically change your life. I mean, imagine if you just worked out every day for 100 days. You're going to be that much better in shape and that much healthier, and you're going to live that much longer. If you meditate straight every single day for 100 days, you're going to be that much more enlightened. You're going to have less head clutter, probably less anxiety, probably a whole lot of other great health benefits. And if you just work on one thing in your business for the next 100 days, think about all the money you're going to make. If you just focus on one business action, one goal for your business of where you want it to be in 100 days, and you just push forward every single day, you're going to get there. I know this is hard, but this is what success sounds like. This is what success looks like. So pick your Qigong and comment it down below. I would love to hear and see and maybe help coach you guys along the way on being extremely focused and getting where you want to be and, do the work. All right. Appreciate you guys for listening and tuning in. Take care. Have a great day. And again, Happy New Year's. Peace.